electricity, but I found a plug. I'm in the meeting with the mayor's secretary, and she's getting me water. I'm going to act like I'm charging this phone. There's probably going to be a boring interlude for a minute or two, and then she'll come back in and hopefully talk. My back will be to the camera. Hopefully you'll be able to see her. My name's Romantz'S. I'm trying to get a community center here in Allentown and throw a joint for Blind Mikey. Peace.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh,
I'm a room temperature water person. I don't like it cold.
it's all right.
It goes down easier for me. I don't even keep it in the refrigerator.
Gracias.
De nada.
Okay, so, anyway, I mean, like the two gentlemen that are really bringing this to me, like I mentioned yesterday, is Norbert and Quincy, and they would probably be the first two victims, even myself included. I can brush up my resume. I can be a better me. If the three of us have if we had something other than benches on the ATC or at a park to work with, and Lord knows if we had, computer access, and I mean, we do have that on our phones, but
The library.
and while there is the library, true, yes, it is true.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, no, prior to that. Let me share something with you,
Yes.
which a lot of people have this horrendous misconception based on appearances. People with positions. And what a lot of people don't know about me, which is of course not public information, educated as well, but I was homeless. Lost my kids. Because I was homeless. Had an alcoholic dad, a mother that worked 16 hours a day, so I practically raised myself. Talk about the array of challenges. And then the mere fact that I'm brown and I'm Mormon was even more of a challenge, right? But with all of that being said, the only thing that drove me every day, because I carry that hope, the only thing that drove me is that I knew that I wanted better, and none of those things were going to get in my way. None of them. I was not going to use any part of any of those bumps in the road for me to sit and call it, this is the reason why. But that was just me. That's my tenacity. I was brought in this country as a child, and my mom didn't bring me here. So I can use anything to keep me at a place where I know that I can do better. I always carry that hope, and that's why I was able to identify with what you were saying when it comes to hope. I lived in my car and barely had a car, but that was the only shelter that I had for 3 months as a woman by myself. All of my possessions were in there. Can you imagine where I had to be safe? It was tough, and I had to be street smart. And I was raised in an alley within an alley here in Allentown.
Where?
Oak Street.
I know Oak Street.
The 600 block of Oak Street.
Okay, I'm there all the time.
That was my neighborhood growing up. And so my passion for people who want to hold on to hope is exactly the type of people that I want to work with. Because I know once you have that little spark, well, you can do so much with it. With the proper guidance, of course, with directions, with resources. You have to wake up every single day and be like, okay, what part of my little agenda, where's my next step? Because there are baby steps. I had to take baby steps to get where I am. My children now are in their late 20s, and even though they weren't there, I wasn't there for them. Part of their young life, the relationship that I have with them is intact because they understood the struggles that mom had to get to where she is, right? So even though people are looking at me like, oh, I'm here, dude, what I had to go through, what I had to go through and keep integrity in the forefront was very important. Because I might have been poor, I might have been homeless, and at some point really uneducated. But my integrity was, and my self-respect was most important more than anything else in life. Trying to do this by myself. And so, when you're sharing with me about jobs, how to obtain it, career link, lack of resources, dude, I already in my brain, I already know what I can do with all that, with people that have hope, and where I can take you. My job has always been to take individuals from here and put them here. Because I was always able to identify what's all in between that's getting in the way. Because mind you, that's what I had to go through, right? Identify all these things that are getting in the way. You want to lead our most vulnerable community to the next level. Am I right?
Or die trying.
Okay. Now, there's a way to do that. Do you partner with other entities already in the ground level?
Of course.
Right? You could. Now, the next step is trying to find what partnerships are authentic. And then I'm going to take advantage of vulnerable folks who are trying to do that. Because let's call it, people do abuse that. Right?
Sure.
So far you and I on the same page?
Of course. At all levels of human intercourse, where there's a power play, where there's one who's more powerful and one who's less, that
People
will
want to
always
take advantage.
that naturally happen. It's like communism doesn't work.
Yeah. So, what I want to hear from you is clearly identify what you want. The only thing I was able to obtain was work.
To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just keep hearing people say, why don't we have a community center? And I said, I'm going to ask somebody else that question.
Okay, so a community center.
And I don't even know what a community center means. What is the definition of that? What are
Actually, that's a very good question, because a lot of people identify with something massive, but they don't really know what goes into it. Because it's not just the massive, what's into it, then we're talking sustainability. How do you keep it? Because what's been happening in a community, in a vulnerable community, is that they ask for something, they get it temporarily, and then it goes away. And people are disenfranchised now. Now they don't even believe that anything good that is being brought to them is actually going to stay. So they don't trust the system, and they don't trust programs, and they don't trust policy. They don't trust none of that because it's there for about a second. Everybody's happy because something was achieved, and then nobody wants to keep it going. When it comes to a vulnerable population, and I keep using the word vulnerable, is because these are folks that are really, they're living on hope. That's vulnerability, when you're living on hope. When it comes to a vulnerable population, the one thing that they all want to know is, how is it going to stay here? Because I'm not going to be the last person that would ever go through this. Because a vulnerable population is not just only thinking of themselves. They already know the struggles of the next person that's coming up, or the next kid that's coming up and is going to go through that. So, work is a way that saved me, because through hell and high water, even though I was living in my car, I was taking showers everywhere else and washing, but I had this little tiny job that was at least putting some gas in my car, and I was able to eat every so often, right? And so, work is very, very important. Work also allows a person to feel like every day they wake up to do something. And that money that they have in their pocket, that's their money, that's their labor. And it doesn't have to be some grand office job or some, high paying, you go to work, it just means that they're doing something for themselves every single day. How do you obtain that? Right? Is that the question?
Yeah, I guess so.
How do you obtain that? First, you gotta find out what the challenges are per individual. That's a task in itself.
Yes, and that is something that I want to do. I almost, the way that what I'm feeling like is I almost want to become a street caseworker.
That's what it sounds like.
Like a ghetto, free street, instead of like sometimes when musicians are hungry, they'll play on the street for money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a psychiatrist / caseworker that wants to help improve your life, but I'm just working on the streets. I ain't got no office. I'm just helping you.
Okay. So,
maybe that. Now, I mean, I'm right here, and I wanna coordinate events, you know, like, I'm right here, I have a special, I mean, I have not filled it out yet.
okay,
I will, but I'm wondering if you can help me facilitate this and move it through, because what I'm trying to do, here's this idea, let me just pitch this.
yes.
I wanna have a special event, I'm a musician, okay? So right there, my musician, and I'm really good friends with a guy named DJ Express, his name's Romantz'S. He used to own the shop in him in the street called the Organizerz. He's the first guy to bring, he brought the rave scene now in town, he brought Echo, 555 Soul, South Pole, he imported bigger. I can get him a DJ, I can get other bands to be there. I want to create it into a media event if possible, so that the morning call, and if you get Channel 69, what will happen is I'm going to use this as a showcase, because everybody in the streets cares about my Mikey. So they will all come and support this event. The lowest of the low, the grimiest of the grime, they will come, they will act right, they will behave. I know it. Everybody loves Mikey and everybody loves me. I know this can happen. And hopefully I can invite in people who don't come to this community and don't see us and don't have to look at what we go through every day. And it can be seen and say, dude, so by helping Mikey, I can help everybody else.
What's Mikey's situation?
Mikey he grew up with me on the east side, and he went to the greater Morton, Indiana. He is one of the first mulatto people I know. He grew up, but for lack of a better term, he grew up as a white boy on the east side. We all had mullets and listened to AC/DC back then, before the arrival of hip hop. And that's kind of what he grew up with. But then, our demographic in Allentown changed, and the pop culture, I guess, the environment of Allentown changed, and he changed with it. And he went from being pretty much the east side itself went from being kind of a suburb to kind of having very inner city problems. As an adult, he's experienced that, and I think like 10 years ago he lost sight in one of his eyes, and then like 2 summers ago he could barely see out of one.
Yeah.
Now he's completely blind. So, and he's going through the same thing, everything everyone else is going through. He's going through the same problems. So I said, he can't even see. I mean, I was trying to help him meet the other one. That would have gotten dinner the other night. I didn't realize, just watching a blind person eat. They can't see. They're poking it with a fork and stuff that's not there. I mean, going to the bathroom is a whole looking at all that.
Does Mikey have medical assistance?
I think he does, and I think, it's probably, his situation is probably not as bad as it seems, but it's gotten out of control, and that's the type of thing where I'm not blaming the system. I'm not saying the system is bad, but where the cracks in the dike, where there's water, I want to try to plug my finger in and stop it. I want to try to, Mikey, somebody somebody would sit down with him for 2 hours, look at his resume, look at his whole life, get all the situation, go through his mail, look at what bills he owes, and say, look, this is this, and this, we're going to kick you in the ass, we're going to do it, we're going to put a search in your mouth, give you a shower, get you some new friends, and maybe we can even get you a job or something good to do with your life, something positive. He's literally a 2-hour meeting away from somebody who knows what they're doing, away from that. And there's countless other people around here who is just a little bit of belief, a little bit of love and nurturing. We can make something grow.
Yeah.
So, and another thing that I want to discuss with you and this is where I might get a little bit racial, and I apologize about that. But,
Don't worry about it.
Allentown, the demographic, when I say the demographic has changed, Allentown went from, in the grand scheme of history, Allentown went from being a Pennsylvania Dutch city to a Puerto Rican city, for the most part, by and large. Now, growing up as a white man, that was a very hard thing to deal with. I had a lot of reasons to not like that. When Puerto Ricans first, they're a lot tamer now. When y'all first came here, y'all were beating us up and jumping us and wild and crazy, and it was hard to get along with Latinos at first, and it was a struggle. But I've been doing it now for 32 years, and I've come to realize this city, Latino, by hook or by crook, nobody's going anywhere. They're here to stay. They're here to live. They are now Allentown. We can deny them. We can act like you're going back to the Bronx or Puerto Rico or wherever you claim from, but you are here in Allentown, and while you're here, we're going to try to make you have the best American experience. And the way to save Allentown, I think if I was going to run for mayor, I would do it almost all in Latin. I want to save the Latino people. I want to help them. I want a big Latinos, and especially the whole history of what's going on with Puerto Rico being not a state and a state and a commonwealth, that's the dirty-handed thing I think of in mind, to me personally in itself, that like, I feel like Puerto Ricans are victimized, Latinos are victimized, and not so much to the point where it's an epidemic, where it's a human rights violation, but I think they're being held, this system is designed against them, and I want to get them through that, because I think when they do get through that, we'll have a better America. So, I want to try to help my
You have a lot on
community.
your plate.
I have a lot of, I'm an emotional guy, so this is, to say a speech like that takes a lot of emotion. To deliver
Do
public
not
speaking.
shy away from being who you are. Ever.
Anyway, but my point is, more than probably any other blanco you're ever gonna be, I care about the Latina and the Latinos.
I can tell.
So, and I think that's the key. Latinos are the key to the future right now. I think I don't like intersectional politics. I don't like basing things on color and making labels. But for lack of a better terminology, I think that if we're gonna say Valentine, we're gonna start thinking of the same thing.
Mhm.
I think people mind like that. I see a Latin community. I see Latinos becoming the fabric. They are the salt of America right now. They're doing the hardest jobs, and they're slowly interweaving into becoming America. Yo, I'll rock a Puerto Rican flag shirt. I will right now.
Well, the Puerto Rican Festival is next Wednesday, this Sunday coming up. Yeah.
Puerto Rican?
Yeah, the Puerto Rican Festival.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yep, and the festival is at Jordan Park.
We're gonna get lit up in here.
Yeah, I won't be here, but just so you know, it's next Wednesday. So you do have internet access,
I do.
obviously. These are some, based on what you were saying. This is my feedback to you. Okay. You have a Facebook page?
I do.
Okay. So, via the Facebook page, there's some organizations that I want you to be a part of.
Okay. Very well.
And I'm gonna tell you why I want you to be a part of these organizations. Because then you will be connected to the masses on what's happening in Allentown and the who's who. Just be a part of these organizations.
All right.
One of them it's called, you'll be perfect for this. I gotta get their actual name. I'm not a fan of Facebook, but I know its purpose. And let's see, they just had a meeting last night on gentrification, as a matter of fact, one group. They did it at Grace Episcopal Church in Allentown.
Okay.
And that was last night. It's called the Allentown Coalition Economic Dignity. It's a long name. Economic Dignity. I used to be a member of this organization. They're amazing, incredible, die-hard, love of humanity group of people. And when I tell you that's who they are, when I see you, when I hear you, I can see you being a member of
Good.
these folks.
This is what I want.
They invest their time and energy on addressing the economic disparity in the city of Allentown, addressing gentrification, addressing the lack of support for people with no income to less income. That's who they are. And they're a group of vibrant, young, die-hard activists but they sound just like you. But they're doing this work collectively in the group, and they have partners, right? And the reason why I think this particular group is going to open doors for you, one, they're connected to everybody in the Bronx, in the area.
Okay.
Their reputation is impeccable.
Okay.
Even though they practice activism and they push the envelope on what's going on in Allentown, they do it in a way that is constructive instead of destructive, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
There's a way of doing things, addressing issues without creating enemies, and that's who they are.
Okay.
So what I would like for you to do is get on Facebook, connect with them, and tell them that you want to be part of this group.
Okay.
They'll welcome you in with open arms. Because they want people in there that have love for humanity. And so, secondly, I believe in the power of networking. Because through networking opens other doors and other doors and other doors. And that's where you've been missing. You've been missing being in places where you're meeting folks that are listening to you, that are not only listening to you, but they can say, I can use this guy. I can have him work for my organization. Because he knows the struggle of folks, and he knows how to get them from point A to point B. But you need to be in those circles.
Yeah.
I understand career link and all that, that's wonderful. But let me tell you something, the power of networking is something incredible. Because now people are opening doors for you, not because you passed an interview. They're actually watching you, they're listening to you, and they get to see that you're about something. And you're going to invest every ounce of you on your mission and vision,
I will.
right?
Yes. See.
That's how you start. Secondly, I can help you with this. That's not a problem, not at all.
Awesome.
Secondly, I think through meeting certain folks and sharing the need of the people that you're trying to represent, they're going to open other doors for you and provide the type of resources that your friends and the people that come to you, especially, like you just said, young people, but are people that could be your children, that's heartening, to live in an area where economically it's growing, but yet you're invisible.
Yes, that is exactly what we are feeling, fighting.
This is a group.
Okay.
And they meet, I think, every other Wednesday or once a month, I don't even remember. But I want you to connect with them. I want you to be able to go to their meetings. They're always looking for vibrant people.
I am vibrant.
Yes, you are. You're very vibrant.
You're going to start eating evil.
Absolutely, you are. And I caught that from the first time I met you. So, this is a group. Secondly, the other group, since you want to work with the Puerto Rican population, they're always looking people to join their initiatives, to join their group. They're not limited to only Puerto Ricans.
Right.
Anybody who's willing to push the cultural cause.
And that's one thing. I want to be a special agent for. I want to get through doors that other people can't do. There's certain doors probably a Puerto Rican can't get through that I can. If I can do that, I will gladly do it.
Preservation. Look them up on Facebook. Inbox them. Both folks, you tell them that I referred you.
Very good, Tatiana. Man, this is what government's supposed to be about. I walked in here, I said, I want to help, I want to participate. You were, as vivacious, you were nothing, rainbows and unicorns. And,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow, thank you so much.
And you tell them that in this way they know that they know me, and they know that I don't ever refer people and put my name attached to them unless I believe in it.
Okay. I will do that. I am a man of my word. I'm going, and these are both on Facebook, correct?
They're both on Facebook. I don't
Facebook,
have their personal information because I just always attended the meetings and, but they're looking for people that are just ready to go.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take your word on this. I'm gonna get involved. I didn't fill it out yet. I wanted the paperwork.
So, well, let me ask you this. You have a lineup already in mind, right? All right, so let's break this one down. I can break it down right here. Okay, so your lineup is, tell it to me.
It'll be,
You have a DJ already.
I have a DJ, and it'll be Richie Romance.
Okay.
It'll be a band called Gemini Rain.
You have two DJs.
No, Richie Romance is me.
Yeah,
And
but
my
your
band,
DJ?
and I'm gonna have a DJ there, yes.
So you're gonna have a band and a DJ?
I'm trying to, I mean, at this point, like, for free, like, right at this point, if I have to plug in my speakers and my guitar and be 5 different bands and call it back just to get people there, I will. I don't know who will, and I am part of the musical community in Lehigh Valley, and when I say I'm doing something for the
Yeah, you were on
community-
Lehigh Valley Live.
Yes, I just did the Ugandan ball hockey benefit concert 2 weeks ago.
And you played a lot in Easton.
Yes, yes.
I know the joke.
Oh, okay,
I
alright.
have to do my homework.
Alright, so anyway, what was I saying? I think once I put this together, you know, maybe it will flop, but I think the other musicians will come out and join, so the lineup will probably grow. I don't know right now, because I'm not gonna tell people to come if I can't put it together.
Okay, so this is what I would like for you to do. The city supports any initiative that is about unity, education, and celebration of life. They'll be right there to
Yes.
support it, right? The team that actually runs the city events page, and is a team of these amazing young ladies who are just, they're incredible. And when I tell you that they go to bat to support something positive in our city, they go to bat. But one of the things that they want first and foremost, before anything, they want to know that you have already confirmed your participant.
Yes, okay. So far, I mean, confirmed right now is my band. I have a spoken word poet, and I don't have a confirmed the DJ, but I want to get a DJ. I know about
Okay.
800 of them.
So one of the things is confirm the participant.
Okay.
Secondly, identify the cause. Because I know that you told me, but you still need to articulate
Okay.
the cause behind either.
Well, I'm trying to make it 0. I think I can make the cost 0.
No, the cause.
Oh, the cause.
Compass,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. The cause.
CAUSE.
Right. Very good.
Okay, identify the cost. Secondly, when you choose the date and the time, articulate as to why. Because we don't just do things randomly, there's always a premise behind.
Do I get, is there a choice in like I'll take any park, you know what I mean, like at this point, if I have my choice, I would like the Arts Park or Volania.
Arts Park would be fantastic.
And it would be perfect, because I can set a stage, like some sort of mock stage or something up there, it'll just resemble a venue, so,
Okay, venue. But I think Arts Park would be
yeah,
fantastic.
I would love, everybody loves to hang there.
Yeah, it's
Everybody
beautiful.
loves that
It's
park.
peaceful.
It is.
I don't know why they don't do yoga there every morning to get people start off. You know
That's
what
what
I
I
mean?
mean, like, I would love to do stuff like that, man, just do something free for the community that's entertaining.
And one of the questions that they're going to ask you, no, the cost and how the cost is going to be fulfilled. So